Hey guys, Mr. Bullock here, and this Algebra 2 lesson is on factoring and solving polynomial equations. So we're just stepping it up just a little bit. We're just inching our way into the Algebra 2 level. So these factoring ones are a little bit harder, you guys. They're more of an Algebra 1.5 type level. So factor completely. Okay, so here I'm going to GCF an x out because I can pull the smallest group of x's I can pull out is that one. So I'm going to pull an x out first and then continue to factor it, you guys. So when I pull an x out, then there's one less x in there, and then this is a quadratic. Factors of -15 that add to a +2 are +5 times a -3 right there. So there it is, factored completely. Don't forget your GCF that you pulled out the x, okay? Same on this one. We're going to GCF out. I can pull a 2 out of both of those. And the smallest group of y's I can pull out is this one, y cubed. So I'm going to pull a 2y cubed out of both of those. And then what happens is I have a difference of squares. Remember, a difference of squares factors to x plus y times x minus y. Okay, so there's my GCF, and then I have y plus 3 times y minus 3. Okay, so here I'm going to pull a 4z squared out of all those. When I pull a 4z squared out, I'm left with z squared minus 4z plus 4, and then this is a perfect square trinomial. Factors of 4 that add to -4 are -2 times -2, so it's z minus 2 times z minus 2, or z minus 2 squared. Okay, don't forget your GCF that you pulled out right there. Okay, now sums and differences of cubes, you guys, is this, you guys. You're gonna you got your cubes happening here, and what happens is they give you a binomial times a trinomial right there. Okay, so as long as you can recognize you have cubes going on right here, this is the cube root of those guys right here. Now this trinomial, this is how I remember it, you guys. First of all, remember it's a binomial times a trinomial when you have the difference of cubes, or you have the sums of cubes. Okay, when you have a binomial times a trinomial, I go through and do the signs. Same sign, opposite sign, always positive. Same sign as this one. So if that's a plus, this is a plus, this is the opposite sign, and this one's always positive. Okay, and then I do same sign, opposite sign, always positive. So I say, okay, a bi times a tri, then I soap it with the signs. Same sign, opposite sign, always positive. Okay, and then what I do after that is this trinomial becomes this guy squared goes here, this guy squared goes over here, and then the product of those two guys goes in the middle. Okay, so check it out right here, you guys. Here's a factor completely. Here's the difference of cubes right there. So if you can recognize that's 2x quantity cubed minus 3y quantity cubed, and then we're going to go bi times tri, and then soap it. Same sign, opposite sign, always positive. Okay, and then put the cube roots in there. Okay, and then square on the square the 2x goes here, so 4x squared. Square the 3y goes right here, so 9y squared, and then multiply 2x times 3y is 6xy. Okay, there it is. It's all factored right there. All right, so try it with this one. Okay, I'm going to GCF out a 2x squared out of both of those, and then recognize those are differences of cubes again. Okay, so then bi times tri, and then soap it. Okay, and then square it out, and you get all of that right there. Okay, it works every time, you guys. Okay, so here, factor this guy. You got four terms in here, so four terms I always factor by grouping, you guys. So I can pull an x squared out of the first two. I always pull that sign out right there, so it's going to change that plus to a minus right there. I can pull a 16 out of those. Okay, now they both have a common x minus 3 factor. When I pull that x minus 3 factor out, I'm left with the red x squared minus 16, which is a difference of squares, x plus 4, x minus 4. Okay, getting the hang of this. All right, so here, that's a difference of squares. This is going to be 4x squared right here, squared. And then, let's see. So when I do that right there, 4x squared plus 25, this is 25 squared, by the way. And then 4x squared minus 25, here's another difference of squares. Sums of squares never factors, you guys, so that just stays like that. Sums of squares never factors, but difference of squares keeps factoring down to 2x plus 5, 2x minus 5. Okay, let's see. All right, so find the real number solutions on here. So now we're going to solve. We're going to factor, pull an x squared out, and then set the factors equal to 0. So I get x equals 0 or x equals 8. Okay, let's try another one here. Okay, put it in descending order, make it equal to 0. Pull an 2x out. All right, when I pull a 2x out, and then x to the fourth is x squared times x squared. So think of a binomial times a binomial, and then just factor it, you guys. Factors of 12 that add to -7 are -4 times a -3. Okay, so now I'm going to factor those, set them equal to 0, and I get those as my final answers right there. Okay. All right, so if you're in my Algebra 2 class, I would assign that as your homework. Okay, good job, you guys.